Well, it's a new week and a new show, so let's just dive right into it and get. I guess there's some great music today. It's already been a rough week, and it's just, on my case, Monday when I'm making this. Let's start out with some cool, I'm going to call it TV show. So TV show intros. So we're going to start out with Nathaniel, I hope I say it right, Wyvern. He's out of Aberdeen, Scotland, and his song is Quasar. I'm giving this a TV show intro because that's what it kind of sounds like. Kind of sounds like the old early 80s Powers of Matthew Star, kind of like Street Hawk, something like where, you have a grand trumpet intro, fantasy type or technological. Kind of like Automan. That's the best way to describe it. Kind of like Automan intro. It's really cool. A lot of brassy, a lot of bass. Sorry, kind of trancey, kind of a lot of drum and bass. It's really cool song. So let's just start out with that today. It'll be perfect as like an intro, like a TV intro. So here's Nathaniel Wyvern with Quasar. Just one thing: if you have a heavy bass system, turn it down. mean, didn't that feel like that gave you that whole TV intro feel? I mean, it's kind of bass heavy, but it kind of gives you that kind of like tape deck with bass boost feel. But it's kind of sci-fi TV intro, Automan, you know, something cool like that, and, you know, showing everybody like Louis Gossett Jr. as blah blah blah, or, you know, whatever. It just kind of gives you that great feel of you know, like you're about to watch a good TV show. So I would definitely go check out more of their stuff, and just because all of it's just awesome. Next up we have excuse me, System 96. They're out of Atlanta, and the song is called Perception. This one gives me a little bit of a dual vibe. It's a chill synthwave kind of vibe. Kind of gives me an outro for a movie, or the hero meeting the this goes back to that kind of romantic sci-fi where the hero comes into you know, meets up with his love interest or ex-love interest, and they kind of get that, you know, groove again, and it just kind of gives you that nice little, it's just a nice little beat that goes along with it, with them reconnecting, or, you know, after a fight and they just, you know, stare in each other's eyes. I mean, that's the best way to describe that one. But it's called Perception. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's called Perception, and that's the perception I get. Yours might be a little different. You might just say romantic comedy or something else, but my perception is kind of sci-fi romance. You know, they had a fight, or they were long lost lovers, and they come back and meet. So give it a chance, give it a look, give it a listen, and just let me know what you think in the comments about what you think about some of these songs, your opinions on them. Anyway, it's System 96, and it's Perception. like I said, it gives you that kind of perception. Play on words there. It kind of gives you the perception. Like I said, it's one of those, you know, the hero meets. I'll say it this way: the hero meets his love interest or ex from another planet. I'll use that as an example, and they meet up, and he really loved her, and things went screwy. So that's the perception I get of that song. Like I said, check it out. All the stuff is just awesome. Just give it a look see, and let me know what you think about what your perception of the song is. Next up is, I'm gonna say it wrong. I know I am. I think after 10 years of learning German, I should know this. It's Leifendeth, and it's based out of Toronto, Canada. The song is called Shortwave Shift, and it's kind of more of a dark synth industrial tune. You know, industrial and synth, you know, in synth they go hand in hand. I mean, you can't have one without the other. Dan McDonald sent me a good description of it. I'm going to read it off and just and I'll add my little 2 cents to it, because it's kind of cool about how he describes the song. This track was my first attempt at synthwave. With Shortwave Shift, one of my goals was to throw conventional song structures entirely out the window. You'll notice the outro is a lengthy minute and 20 seconds long. The sample voices reciting numbers are what is known as number stations, broadcasts. Sorry. They are coded message intended to reach agents in the field, i.e. European spies living in North America. Cold robotic voices reading out numbers, monotone, or contrasting with the upbeat and optimistic mood that the song presents. I'm going to add to that because I like using movies and TVs to that. I want to add that this is one of those songs that gives you that whole feel of you know, the hero's coming over the corner, and you know, the signal comes out and the hero's over the corner, over the hill, and saving the girl, meeting the villain for the time to save the girl, and it kind of gives you that feel. You know, he comes up and it kind of gives that little beep 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 beep, and then it you know, then they just go into the full action. Also, it can be used as an outro or climax version that gives you that. You know, the tense has just happened. Now you're going to the final act, and it just goes through there. And the drum line gives you that good bass beat to let you know that we're coming towards the end. That's my view on it. Give it a listen and let me know what you think. It's Life and Death, Shortwave Shift.
This will haunt you.
Didn't it kind of give you that feel? I hope it did, because if not, then I'm completely nuts and I'm completely wrong. But the song is really awesome. I kind of like always the industrial type synth music, you know, a la Leifendeth, even more, I'm going to say, I know it's not industrial, but kind of like Blue Dangle and all that. I love anything kind of synthy with a dark, you know, gothic tone. Even though he may not be going gothic type, but I'm just using that as so you can get a good visual on it. So I mean, it's just, I've been a big fan of industrial like that for a long time. So it's just really a good song. Next up, we have ALPHABOT, who is a robot. No, ALPHABOT is a group out of Area 55. I guess Area 51 and 52 through 54 was busy. So. And they're a synthwave, retrowave band, and it really shows. The song is called About Last Night, and it kind of gives you that vibe of, you know, the romance. It's a romance kind of deal. I always like using the sci-fi stuff because that's what I'm mostly in. Because I don't really do a lot of romantic comedies or romance things. So that's where I get my impressions from. The song About Last Night gives me that feel of the hero. This is the end of the movie. The hero meets up with the girl, and they get together finally, and you know, they walk off into the sunset, and it kind of goes to the outro of the movie. That's one feel I get from that. It just kind of gives you that, you know, we've gotten to the point where everybody's happy. Or it kind of gives you that feel of, and I was thinking of this, I have it written down here, I actually have things, kind of gives you that cop movie feel, where the cop is finally, you know, got done beating the, I'll use I Come in Peace, I'll use that, you know, like Dolph Lundgren walks in, you know, the coroner and him finally get together for a little bit, and you know, they kind of get some downtime, and it kind of gives you that feel of, you know, the romantic love on it, and you know, it's just, and they can just relax, so to speak, before the next big act. That's kind of what it gives me. So I mean, if everybody's gonna have a different opinion, but that's what I feel. Check it out. It's ALPHABOT, and it's called About Last Night.
I just wanted to say
So what did you think? I mean, did you think it gives you that kind of romantic comedy or something else? ALPHABOT is a true retrowave sounding group, and that's what I love. I'm not like most people ask me if I do synthwave. I do a lot of different types, modern and classical, and I kind of mix them together. This is true, you know, synthwave, retrowave, and it just gives you that great 80s cop movie, Miami Vice, love scene feel, and I love it. And so I would check out the rest of their stuff. It's awesome too. I mean, it's just it's all about the same, you know, retro feel, and that's what, you know, is missing a lot. Next up, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to screw up the name, I know, just because of the way it is. It's DJ Cro-G. It's literally, you'll see it in the comments the way it's spelled and I'm not really sure, you know, how to properly say it. So if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. It's DJ Cro-G, and the song is Severance Delight. They're based out of Luxembourg, or at least that's what they're telling me. And I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, so let's just move on with that. This gives me this kind of gives me a Snake Plissken feel. He calls it EDM, but it's a lot of guitar, a lot of drums in it. This kind of gives me that Escape from New York, Mad Max, the hero's coming over the hill, or he's just arriving into town. It kind of gives you that whole feel that he's just walked in, and you know everybody is just enthralled by who he is, you know, because they know who he is and they're ready. You know, they're like, what is he doing here? And it's just kind of gives you that whole sound and whole beat, and it's just awesome. And it's just, you know, that is what that's you know, I rack my head on a lot of movies, but this song gives me just that one feel. It's the hero has arrived in town, and the townspeople are looking at him, and he's like, you know, yeah, I'm the guy. So this song is just awesome. It is DJ Cro-G, again, if I'm saying it wrong, apologize. And it's Severance Delight. Definitely give this a listen to.
Severance Delight.
didn't that give you that feel? I mean, that's what I get from it. I mean, I get it from that, it's the good guy has shown up for the first time of the movie. And that would be his like theme song throughout the movie, parts of that song. And that's just awesome. I love that one. Next up is Jacob Colta, or Jake C, as they like to call him. He is a synthwave artist, and he's also a movie maker. So, he knows how to do both. I mean, he's really good at it. His song, the song that he gave me is PM AM, and it's kind of synthwave, jazzy, classical kind of thing. It works out, and if I ever hear him, that I'm gonna say this before I do anything else. If I ever hear you, Jacob, if you're listening, say you're mediocre synthwave artist, and you're just mediocre and just small time, I'm gonna find you and slap you, because there is nothing mediocre. I've known you for a few years on this. There is nothing mediocre. This song is awesome. Okay? I'm going to read what he says. This is his song. This is what he calls an urban impression of early morning just past midnight, but far from a dawn. A personal favorite of mine, as it's a bit of cocktail of classical, progressive jazz, harmonies, and warm synths. I'm going to use the movies, as I always do. This gives you that the hero and his love interest are about to do their thing, and it pans out into the city. Or a title sequence where the city is being shown, and it goes in, and the whole title sequence kind of gives you that jazzy city feel where you're going through the city. And what it gives me that feel is like, it's this, we're just getting into the dawn of the movie. And the reason I say he calls himself, he was saying he's a small town guy. No, this guy, Jake, knows what he's doing, and I want to give him praises where praises is due. He knew how to write the song, and it sounds awesome. And this is literally your cop movie, your basic old Miami Vice, where they go out into the, where they pan out from like the police station to the city at night, right before, like Glenn Fry starts doing his thing. That's what just gives me that feel, and it's just awesome. Again, this is Jake C, Jacob Colta, PM AM. Definitely give it a look and listen, and give him a follow. like I said, didn't that just give you that whole Miami Vice feel? I mean, that could be a great intro, you know, or like I said, where, you know, they pan out from the police station to, you know, the night, and it kind of gives you that whole feel. I mean, it's just an awesome song, so I would definitely listen to the rest of it too. Next up, I'm going to screw up the name. It's Das Kat. Or Das Kat. I mean, it has umlauts over the A. So I'm going with Das Kat. The song is called Printed Beach. He calls it a variety, a chilly, synthy, dirty, bassy. This kind of gives me the vibe of, like I was saying with, excuse me, what I was saying with kind of System 96 and Albertine. This kind of could be a end of the movie kind of deal. Kind of gives me that end after the battle, and they all meet up, and the hero, and everybody's like, oh, where's the hero? Did he survive? And all of a sudden he comes over the hill, you know, with a gun in his hand, and he's like, yeah, I'm here. That's kind of a, and then he meets up with the girl, and, you know, they kind of go off into the sunset. That's the feel I get from this. It kind of gives you that slow beginning, and then it kind of goes into the, you know, the beat, and then it goes into the, it just kind of progresses, and you can kind of feel like you're at the end of the movie. It gives you that, you know, I'm the hero, here I am kind of feel. Kind of also at the same time, you know, the hero comes over and breaks through, and is like, I'm here to save you. That's the feel I get. It's a great song. Again, I'm going to say this just again, if you have a heavy bass system like I do, you might want to turn it down just a little bit. It's not heavy, but the frequencies is just if you have a real big bass system in your car, turn it down. Again, it's Das Kat, and it's Printed Beach. did you think about that? I mean, I thought it was awesome. So we'll just have to. I mean, just let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think of all these songs and their artists, because they deserve all your love and support. And let me know what your opinions are. I love getting the opinions of what you think the songs sound like, or like in movies, TVs, or if any other bands sound like, because that would be awesome. Just to find out what everybody thinks, the music sounds like. But that's a great way to end for today. It kind of gives you that, finale of it. I appreciate everybody letting me do this every week. If you haven't added your music and you're an artist, you want to do this, fill out the form below, and I look forward to playing it. I'm going to branch out a little bit from just synth to, if it has synth, I'm going to kind of synthwave, retrowave, anything with synth in it. As you've seen, I'm playing industrial, EDM. I've got a couple that are coming up that are rock synths. As long as it's got synth in it, and you're a new artist, I want to hear it. So does everybody else. I mean, you deserve to be heard. So if you haven't done it, fill out the form below, and just let me know if you want to hear it, and just give me the descriptions of what you want to play. Again, I appreciate everybody's love and support on this. I wasn't expecting it to give me this kind of numbers I was in views. Most people saying, oh, it's not a lot of views. 5 people's a view is a lot for me. So I appreciate everybody's love on this. If you haven't already and you're new to this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. If you don't, you won't know it unless I tweet it. And it might get, lost in, whatever all your other suggestions that YouTube wants to do. Again, I appreciate everybody's love. Don't forget to follow radiodarktunnel.net for your extra music on the go, and you can follow me on Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, and you can also look at my Bandcamp page and my website, synthredneck.com, which I'm working on right now because I'm going to start doing some movie reviews on there and some blogging on there. So put that on your bookmarks. Anyway, I appreciate everybody's beautiful comments, and I appreciate everybody's views. All right, welcome to the view. No, I appreciate everybody's love on this, and everybody who watches my show, and I appreciate it so much. If there's anything you want me to, any extra genres you think I should play that would fit the synth kind of sound, let me know, or just throw me the artist name. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.